No, I'm full of your crazy, man. When I seen it going, that really got me. I don't like that stuff got to be hot.
Pito Sotelo.
Pito Sotelo.
Pito Sotelo.
Who do you love?
Tell me about Pito Sotelo.
He was the bass player for the great band Chicago Transit Authority.
Is that what it was called?
Mm-hmm.
That's a clubby name.
They're from Chicago, I think.
Why would anybody come from Chicago?
The north side, the good side of Chicago.
Chicago.
Where they had instruments.
And have a good time.
Oh, fall in love with...
We're gonna get Peter Cetera trying to sue us, man.
101 FM. The great...
Don't get Peter Cetera after us. He was in a gang with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Right.
Rutger Hauer.
And
Rutger Hauer.
Meat Moss.
Meat Moss was in a super group with Peter Cetera.
Rutger Hauer.
Dolph Lundgren on drums.
Yep.
Rutger Hauer on keys. Peter Cetera's
guitar.
Rocking the Vox.
You know our love is meant to be.
It's such a horrible song, but it burrows into your head.
Meter Cetera.
Oh my God. That's who he is, Meter Cetera.
That's pretty good.
It is good. Why didn't we think of that earlier?
know.
I don't know. We had an hour-long practice session, and none of us thought of that.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks to my good catch, we are not delivering this podcast from a laptop mic. And it's March 14th. This is episode 101 of the Us Guys podcast. I am William Cetera.
Dazzle-off.
And I'm joined by Rickety Cetera Seagal. T.H. Cetera.
Timothy Huxtable Cetera.
And Meter Cetera. We are the Us Guys podcast. Spring forward. Are you spring forward? We're spring forward.
I'm sprung.
We sprang.
We already sprung.
You guys didn't because you have clock radios, but
I do have a clock radio.
I have a microwave.
I got a drugstore clock radio.
I have clock radio.
I got clock radio. He does get clock radio.
Clock radio.
I do, and I live by it. And it was
wrong.
It was a wrong time.
Wrong. I did not spring forward in Russia. I mean,
Clock radio lie. Damn you, clock radio.
So we start off this week with Meat's fascination with Peter Cetera.
It's not
And
fascination.
Rutger Hauer. He had a dream.
Fascination.
He had a dream, and Step Brothers was played by Peter Cetera and Rutger Hauer. That was his dream.
And he was delighted.
It was his fantasy. He wanted to tell us about. He wanted to.
Dolph Lundgren was in there too.
He recast the lead roles in Dirty Dancing to Dolph Lundgren and Peter Cetera.
I bet you Peter Cetera could act better than Dolph Lundgren.
What about Rutger Hauer?
Peter Cetera does the running, jumping part. And Dolph Lundgren does the holding up above his head.
He's Dolph Swayze.
Who plays the girl?
He can only dream of a Dolph Swayze. He can only someday
Swayze.
there'll be a Dolph Swayze.
I will break you.
He'd be regal.
With jazz hands, he's jazz handed. I will break.
He would have all Dolph Swayze's merch.
Imagine if Dolph Swayze played in Roadhouse instead of Patrick.
I never saw that movie either.
Kick him in the knee. He dropped like a stone.
Did he have an accent?
Who?
He doesn't have an accent, does he?
Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah. Like he put on the Russian accent for
Yeah.
Rocky.
Well, did he? No, he does have some kind of.
Does he have kind of a...
Norwegian
I
accent.
think.
But it's not as thick as Arnie. They should be in movies together. How come
Arnie
that
and
hasn't
Dolph?
happened? Yeah. Weren't they in the Expendables and all those fellows?
Yeah.
they
I
fuck
don't know if that
around.
counts.
I didn't watch that.
You didn't like that?
I never
didn't
saw
watch
it
it.
either.
No.
So I can't say.
There's
I
like
didn't
3 of them, isn't
Terry
there?
Crews is in it.
I like Terry Crews.
The office
No.
linebacker. He was sexually
Molested.
Me Too'd or whatever.
Yep.
Who?
He got assaulted by
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Wanted to see
Office
his dong.
linebacker?
He put a finger in
Yep.
his butt. I
I
think
think they want to see a winker or whatever.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, he's a football player.
Yeah.
Can draw art.
Draw art.
Yep.
He does. He
I think
used
he
to
had
paint.
a porn addiction too.
Terry Crews.
I think so. I think he said that first, and then it came out that he got.
I don't know. I can't speak on that.
I don't know. I think he's had a tumultuous life.
Don't get him after.
I
us.
liked him in White Girls.
Never saw that either.
I saw
White
some in
Chicks?
that. Yeah, White Chicks. That's it. Yeah, with the Wayans brothers.
Nah, I don't like those two guys. I don't think they're funny anyway.
You like Peter Cetera and you hate the Wayans boys.
I like Peter Cetera's humor better
And
than
Ed
the
Oh,
Harris.
Wayans
dude,
brothers.
Living Color was funny
Yeah.
shit on it.
Yeah, but
Living
not
Color.
those two guys.
Yeah, they were Homie the Clown.
That's the older brother. He's really funny. Damon Wayans is really funny. The two younger brothers,
Scary Movie.
those are first couple. The guy with the tiny hand was good.
That was
But
Chris
he ain't-
Elliott.
Yeah,
That was
he's
Chris
not a
Elliott.
Wayans brother though.
He was in Cabin Boy, and then he did
Cabin Boy was
Get a
good.
Life. Do you remember Get a Life?
didn't see that.
His sitcom where he was living in his parents' garage. Yeah, Handsome
kinda
Boy
re-
Modeling School is from Sparkles, professional male model. And he's like a 40-year-old kid living in his apartment above his mom's. It's great. Get a Life is fucking fantastic.
How long did it last? Maybe a year.
Couple seasons, maybe 2.
I liked when he was
Yeah.
under the stairs on David Letterman's at 2 a.m. He'd come out from under the stairs. That's where he got to start at. And his daughter's hot. She was on SNL for a couple years.
Chris Elliott?
Yes.
No way.
Back to the show.
What? Chris Elliott?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's God agreeing with me about Chris Elliott's daughter.
Nobody could hear it either.
So we did look at the 23 and meets. April 2nd, it looks like he'll be ready. So we'll be able to determine. We have to get our that's 2 weeks. So we'll have to get our bids in by like next week. Write down what we think he's going to be,
Okay.
our bets.
Yeah,
Neanderthal,
right.
Gypsy.
Moss,
gypsy, retarded.
bog,
Oh, one thing we found out earlier.
parking lot.
Is besides floating, what his biggest fear is.
What?
Beside floating.
Oh yeah, erosion.
Erosion.
Yeah.
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 He hates erosion.
It makes sense, too.
Yeah, he's got mangrove pubes.
Yep.
He's in it for the long game, man.
Oh, yeah. He is playing the plate tectonics game.
Yeah. He's fighting nature is
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Geologic.
Erosion is
Wind,
Geologic.
water.
nipping at his heels and his roots and his murk.
His must.
My mangrove thatch is
Mangroves.
drying out.
His murky mist.
Pete.
My gloaming.
What?
Gloaming. You know that word. It's a French. It's not a French.
I don't know French.
You're what are you? Like
Gloaming?
Scottish? Mm-hmm. I think it's something to do.
What? Gloam?
Gloaming. It's like the dark before dawn. Like the in between
On the
time.
moors?
I don't know about maybe,
You
but
would
it's,
fit good in the moors because there's a lot of peat.
Yeah. Sort of
Moss,
grass,
bogs.
sort of.
That's where those
land.
bog guys came out
Yep.
of.
A lot of-
You're a bog guy.
yeah, a lot of mist coming out of there. A lot of unhealthy, hot smelling,
Hot mist. yeah.
humid mist.
Moist.
Moist, thick,
Moist.
thick in the throat.
Silky moist.
Hot.
Silky moist.
They say that's
Bugs,
worse
a
than the
lot of
fire.
bugs. Shit flitting around on the surface of the water.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Like the Cobra Kai do or die bong.
Yeah, the Cobra Bong. It's just like it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit this
The
again.
Tomax and Saymont Bong.
Those dudes were cool.
They were on the four-wheelers, right?
The
Yeah.
Roadblock Bong.
Roadblock was
or
cool
Cobra Kai.
until he got co-opted by The Rock. Roadblock was a southern cook gentleman from like Mississippi, Biloxi.
And you think that's where The Rock got his character from?
No, they made him The Rock in the movie.
Why didn't they make you? Because you look like you're from the bayous.
Do I?
Oh, you're not French. You're like Slovakian bayou.
They have those?
Half
They probably used
There's
half.
one. There's one.
with a touch of muskrat.
On my mama's side.
He's definitely not a wombat.
They got a little crazy breeding practices down there. My cousin is half muskrat.
Rickety's probably caught some muskrats.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And do they look like meat? Have the same coat?
No.
Tactical
No.
water repellent?
Tactical toboggan.
No.
Do you think they make a toboggan to fit that skull?
Toboggan sounds like something you ride down a hill in the winter.
It is. It
Oh.
is. That is also a toboggan. But this
Oh.
we're talking
The hat.
cap. The cap.
Stocking cap.
You get enough
Knit
material,
cap.
you can make a hat for
Knit
anything.
cap.
Knit cap. Do you have a knit cap?
No. I got a cool hat with
Because they're too
little-
high.
a lamp in it so I could see in the dark.
That's really not cool.
So he can trip over his air mattress. He had another spill this week.
He did. Remember last week we were talking that he shouldn't take spills?
Yeah.
Saying, I
Well, I
don't do
didn't
that.
mean-
I'm very graceful.
At least till we get these results back. We want to
didn't-
find out what's going on. We got to figure out how to bury you and what type of soil.
Any bayou, swamp,
We don't know how to
bog.
we don't know the responsible way to dispose of you.
It's like cookie dough, probably.
We're not sure what your shelf life is and shit. Or if you're water soluble or what. We're not really sure what.
Kind of molasses like.
It's gonna be
Like glacier molasses
like skid
mixed
mark.
with rock. Yeah, it's like really greasy skid mark.
Yeah.
The shit you have to wipe your ass 50 times for.
Like a grease slick.
Yeah. Oil slick. Slick shoe.
Except for oil, like the water's like shiny where there's oil.
This is
To where
just
this
like
is just-
black.
Yeah.
It's like an ooze.
You are
Dark.
if Mudbutt was a person.
That's great. That's fantastic.
That's some hard shit.
It's Meet Mudbutt. Meter Cetera, Mudbutt extraordinaire.
That was the name of our first band.
Cetera Mudbutt. That was during the 80s when people had fun.
Back in those days.
A nice coiffed hair.
He had nice hair, man. He had feathered hair to the max.
Yeah.
And in that era, that was the shit.
Was it?
Think about it.
No.
I thought
Well,
you
no,
would
no,
prefer like permed, feathered.
Not him.
No. Feathered was in.
Feathered.
Feathered was in.
Christy McNichol. Remember her?
It was the shit. That was before bangs.
But that was that era of feathered hairs.
Like Farrah Fawcett.
Matt Dillon in that
Heather
movie.
Locklear.
Yep, feathered hairs. Leif Garrett,
Jesus Christ. I know you're fucking.
Justin Bateman. Mm-hmm. When he was on that show with Valerie Harper, he had
What show was that?
Peter Brady.
Peter Brady. That was kind of bold.
Danny
cuts, though.
Bonaducci?
No, they had like
Chachi.
perms.
Chachi. Chachi is Vietnamese for vagina.
Yeah, but he,
Chotsky.
How fitting.
Ralph Macchio.
Oh, yeah. Ralph Macchio, definitely. Karate Kid. Which brings us back to your Peter Cetera.
That's a bad song for that movie. That's the song.
I thought you liked it.
No, it's a good pop song because it's like a worm, but it's a horrible. You don't want to be thinking about that song all day. I don't, but I do.
We know you do. He's wearing a Peter Cetera wreath shirt.
Peter Cetera.
Well played, sir.
Looks like a bog of cigarettes.
Looks like it smells good in there.
That I do not believe
Right.
whatsoever.
Swamp ripe.
Smells like frogs.
Stinky
Like
sweet.
decomposed soil.
Yeah.
Like turtle tank.
Decomposed plant life. He's got
It smells like it's supposed
turtle
to smell.
tank.
Yeah.
It smells like
Turtle
a
tank.
smells like a fish store.
It smells like it's supposed to.
It smells like a fish tank store.
It's not pretentious. It smells
All
like
humid
it's supposed
and-
to.
That's exactly
it's
right.
supposed to smell that way.
It's healthy. It's like got a healthy
It's supposed
aroma.
to. Yeah. How's it
Earthy.
Smell? It smells
It's
like supposed
earthy.
to.
You are definitely the
Earth,
the
wind,
earth
fire.
symbol. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You'd be
you're
the wind
I am air, yes.
or the fire.
No. Fire's that dude
Fire.
over there. No doubt in
Fire
my mind.
crotch.
Yeah, I could be
That's
the fire.
Earth.
Rickety's the water because he's
I'm a
the
water guy.
baleen whale. So yeah, we're all the elements.
Do you remember?
Hey, you know that a guy? Did you know that
great song.
seagulls live to 30 years? Like over 30 years?
Those are some knowing birds.
Seagulls,
Live to be
like
100
the
years old.
McDonald fries.
yeah, like they They
don't
found
need
one.
Alka-Seltzer.
They found one with a tag on it from 30 years ago.
Wow.
I thought that. Who would have thought seagulls lived that long, man?
It's the nitrates in the hot dog meat.
It's the kipper.
Yeah. French fries,
Sheer
Cotton candy.
Sheer willpower.
garbage dumps.
Yeah, they could eat whatever. They're the raccoons of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Willpower.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't think
Willpower,
about
yeah.
it. Just do it like a goat. Headstrong. Just whatever.
Yeah,
Like a-
we got strong heads.
Chew right through this can. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
There's
All right,
iron
so
in it.
we submitted the. Did we go over the 23andMe stuff? We submitted
Yeah,
Meat's
we
kit.
did. April 2nd.
April 2nd, we get the results.
That's
We'll
the captain's
know.
birthday.
Is it really? Yeah. He.
That'll be his birthday present. 23 and Meat's whatever.
Dress me up.
Results.
Send me out on
His
the boat.
reveal. His reveal.
Reveal.
could-
Yes.
Gender reveal.
I could show up on a buoy.
It's the meter reveal. You're like Baba Yaga's hut.
What does that mean?
You should be. You're Slovakian. You don't know who Baba Yaga is? That's the
I'm not
old
Slovakian.
old lady witch.
I'm not Slovakian.
You're Hungarian. It's
That's
the same
different.
shit. You Transylvania.
Could be.
Yeah, let me see where. Yeah, Baba Yaga is like an old witch, an old gypsy witch, I think, or something.
You know about Baba Yaga?
No.
What's her name?
No.
I thought it was an Indian
Know anything about this shit?
person.
In Slavic folklore, Baba Yaga is a supernatural being who appears as a deformed or ferocious-looking old woman. In Slavic culture, Baba Yaga lived in a hut usually described as standing on chicken legs. Baba Yaga may help or hinder those who encounter or seek her out.
Oh, so she's neutral.
Chaotic.
Chaotic
news.
Chaotic neutral, yes.
And I'm her hut.
Yeah, well, you're like the big. She lives in like the
A chicken leg
bogs
hut.
and in like the bogs and shit. And
Slovakian bogs. Ugh.
that's you.
Yep.
Although you're not Slovakian.
I'm not. I just ended up there, probably. I wandered off. I bet is how
You
it
did
happened.
on your chicken legs with tactical gear.
Tripped over the fucking blow up bed. Ended up in the Slavic village. There's a Slavic village in Cleveland.
Do you remember
The very first night of
September?
The,
Yeah.
the family that had the house gig at SeaWorld lived in the house next to where I grew up, like the condominium. It was the hood. They lived on the outskirts.
Where
And
was that? If
in
it was the
in
hood, where
Warrensville,
was it?
Warrensville Heights, Warrensville. John
Heights.
Henry Warren founded Warrensville.
Did he?
I don't
It's
know
the
his first
Ville.
name.
And that's in
Warren.
Cleveland.
They called it DeVille. Yeah. At the east side of Cleveland. But anyway, those people, they were like Hawaiian or something, but they were all a band, and they would practice,
Oh,
like hits of that era, like the late
I'm good.
70s, early 80s.
like that you liked,
Yeah. And they were the house band at SeaWorld.
like Chicago.
And
Who's this band we're talking about?
they were, I don't know their name, but they were the house band at SeaWorld.
Well, then when the hell are we talking about the house band at SeaWorld?
We don't know.
They sang September. That's why. Yeah. They were good, too. They were good.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. is dope,
Yeah.
man.
You were discussing who was the house band at SeaWorld in 19...
Well, they lived right there. It was
He
like,
spent a lot of time at SeaWorld, dude.
a couple times, yeah. I went to visit some of my relatives.
Keeping that water under control. And
I never liked it. I thought it was sad.
They always shooed me out of that place.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't.
You were pecking at the
Yeah.
at the perimeter of the water.
I was dipping.
they were trying to do shows with sea lions and shit, and he's
Yeah,
reaching in and grabbing that.
Smashing the fish, yeah. They don't like that shit.
Was that at Yaga Lake?
It was across from
Across,
Jogga Lake.
yeah.
Yeah. See what's
Yeah, Google has nothing on
It's gone
the
now.
house band of Yaga.
well. This was in like
Right.
1978, dude. They're probably not even playing music anymore, but they were good. And the ladies were cute. They would do the background singing.
Did they have feathered hair?
I don't know. They wore outfits though. They were like,
Dude, you can't really fact check what he's saying.
Yeah, I can't.
You can fact check some meter Satara.
Yeah.
Gets me
Let's
moist.
take his vitals.
My heart's a flutter.
Let's take his vitals.
When he was in high school, he wrote a play with Peter Cetera.
Meter Satara. Oh God! And hardy pants, bedazzled
Don't those have
pockets and
flowers
shit.
and shit on them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
bedazzled and yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Rickety.
You're okay, buddy?
I think we broke Rickety.
Nope.
Yeah. So it's Rickety.
Yeah, when I first met Uncle Meat, he was wearing Dan Hardy pants and a Peter Cetera shirt and a feathered necklace and feathered earrings.
Like Native American feathered, like Dreamcatcher.
Yeah. Earrings.
Oh, I could totally
Yeah.
see you as being into Dreamcatchers and shit.
I used to make them.
And white high tops.
Yo.
Like ponies.
Yep.
I would use white wall
You know how
cleaner to
see
keep
that-
them white.
You know how he got them all from being thrown out of trailers. Every time he'd go out through
A trailer.
Through a clothesline.
through a dream catcher.
He catch dream.
They
were meat catchers.
like gear.
They're meat catchers.
Meter Cetera catchers.
Every trailer he got thrown out, another trophy.
People thought I was a fisherman for years.
All those nets. Whose dream is that?
He dreams weird shit, man.
Don't be ashamed of your dreams. man.
Ghostly Meter Cetera catching trailer parks. The meat Thatcher.
Catcher.
Moby Meat.
Oh Lord.
These little glass jacks are cool.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They
I
are
just keep.
not.
I don't want to lose them.
All right, fuck. What do we got to talk about?
We got Rickety's list.
All right, so what do we do? Okay, hold on. Let's pretend like we didn't hear that first one already.
Right, yeah.
reals?
It's Rickety's.
Rickety's, Rickety's, Rickety's,
Rickety's list.
He's in rut.
All right.
Gonna carry these fuckers again.
Yeah.
Let me reach into my bag here. Let's see. What's the first one?
Have you ever heard of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster?
Yes.
There's a band called that. No, there's a song called
It's a whole
that.
thing.
Yeah, it's a whole movement.
What is it?
Like it's
Making
people,
fun of religion.
Yeah, people that are atheists. That, like if other people get to wear like yarmulkes on their driver's
Religious
license
garb.
photos, they wear like colanders.
Oh.
Like a strainer on their head.
Yeah.
When they want to get their driver's license picture.
Yeah. When they get married, they Lady in the Trampet on the spaghetti.
That's romantic.
Yeah. And at the end of every prayer, they say ramen. Ramen.
Ramen noodles.
Mm-hmm.
Put some eggs in there. Put an egg in your ramen noodles. It's supposed to be the bomb.
Meat and bulgogi.
You could put meat in there too if you want, like meat chips.
And so what
Vienna
else? What else do they do?
That's it.
They just bother the righteous with their
Yeah.
fuckery.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, they're just like a group, like an
yeah.
Eagles club.
Yeah.
Pretty
Like
much, but they have a gospel.
Yeah.
You could read the
Does it make
Oh
sense?
yeah, they have some literature.
yeah. That's what they needed to do to prove to be legit.
Is it cribbed from something
They're
else?
Pastafarians.
Oh no shit! I wonder if they get a tax break,
they're
like the
pretty
religious
funny.
tax break.
Yeah, I think they might.
Yeah. They do. I'm sure they get a tax. That's what we should do.
Pastafarians.
No, not with names like that and shit like that. That can't be. It can't be like a legit church. That would be a mockery.
We should
How dare
start
they.
one of those.
People would be up in arms.
Well, we've got it. We've got the tenets of the Flying Church of the Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah.
Pirates and global warming. According to Pastafarian beliefs, pirates are absolute divine beings and the original Pastafarians. Furthermore, Pastafarians believe that the concept of pirates as thieves and outcasts is misinformation spread by Christian theologians in the Middle Ages and by Hare Krishnas. Instead of Pastafarians believing they were peace-loving explorers spreading goodwill, who distributed candy to small children, adding that modern pirates are in no way similar to the fun-loving buccaneers from history. In addition, Pastafarians believe that ghost pirates are responsible for all the mysteriously lost ships and planes of the Bermuda Triangle. Pastafarians are among those who celebrate one of the captain's favorite
Arbor Day?
holidays, International Talk Like a Pirate Day on September 18th. Yep. Yeah, it's
Talk
it's
Like
a
a
whole
Pirate
stuff.
Day.
Yeah.
I think that's bullshit, man. It sounds fake to me. To my learned ears.
What do you mean?
What's
Sounds
it-
fake like
yeah,
what?
What's the difference between that? Comparing it to what?
I don't think ghosts are responsible for
Pirates?
Area 51 or not the Bermuda Triangle. That's sea activity. That's not ghosts.
Seed activity?
Sea.
Like myconoids, fungus men.
No, it's
Spores.
It's underground volcanic gas release that sinks those planes.
You need methane.
Well, to
That's
use
what they
science
say because
words,
of the
yes.
drilling. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
that's what
How
they
do you
think.
feel about fungi? Because you're
There's-
moist and dark.
It's
You probably have some fucking
You're a
myconoid men.
medium.
it's essential. It's a building block. It's required.
Of what?
Life.
Are you listening to the wind?
Yeah, it's a ghost. Some fucking
P-Taz is getting spooked here.
boat ghosts. Sounds stupid. Fucking boat. Hey, one of our tenants is boat ghosts. Believe us. Fuck you.
What?
That's what I think.
A fundamental tenet is boat ghosts.
That's what they think, man. There's no dumber than regular ghosts, but
Why are regular ghosts though?
You've seen a ghost, though.
I think I've heard God before.
Really?
Yep.
What god? Flying spaghetti monster?
Some loud voice told me it'll be all right.
Like a loud guy's voice or a girl's voice?
It was like a booming mannish voice. Like I was like, what the? I was probably 5, and I was standing out waiting for my grandparents to pick me up. So I was out by the car, and it was loud and like echoey, like wow, like in a garage. I'm looking around, like it was all in my head. It was Rick. It was you.
How did you know it was all in your head?
Well, there was nobody else around saying it. There's nobody there. It was just me.
And you just were like fine with
Apparently, I went in and I told my mom and dad. God just talked to me. Said everything will be all right. Then a week later, I got attacked by that dog, and I ended up being all right. So they put 2 and 2 together, and maybe I got talked to by God. Like he warned me. I don't know.
Well, he said it'll be all right. Then you got attacked by a dog. To me, that's not everything gonna be all right.
well, I don't know, man.
That bitch lied to you.
I think maybe you might be right.
I think you got hornswoggled.
I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Somebody
man.
sold you some snake oil.
It was like I think the first time that I realized, he's just fucking with me.
A little wink.
Yeah.
God wink.
It was JC.
or Peter Cetera.
That's when I started really liking.
It was Peter Cetera's voice singing.
Yeah, it was all high
And
and
the switch
angelic.
was flipped.
Yeah,
And Dolph Lundgren was in a cloud.
nobody knew who he was yet. He was still dock working and
Rutger Hauer walked by walking his
No,
dog.
I think he was known by then because he was
Blade
supposed
Runner.
to be a. No, this was before Blade Runner. Blade Runner was like 83. This was 79, like June of 79.
Let's take it
I
back
thought
to
Blade Runner was
79.
79.
What's that?
I thought
Yeah.
Blade Runner was
81?
79.
No, that was Alien. I think Blade Runner was 82.
He was big into Gary Busey.
Yeah. I saw him in. He was. He
Was in a band with Rutger Hauer
Yeah,
and Dolph Lundgren.
He played the Big Bopper. I can't think of his name, but he died in a plane crash. Buddy Holly. That's how Gary Busey got famous, from playing Buddy Holly and singing the songs in the movie.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanna
Then he had a
look that
horrible motorcycle accident, and
up. Got retarded.
he's kind of TikTok now. Yeah, pretty badly.
That's great. Fantastic.
Jake Busey, his son, is a quite accomplished actor in and of himself.
Nah.
He's climbed the ladder up to the B category, I would say.
Wasn't he the main villain in Identity?
I believe he was. Yeah.
That's not a bad movie.
Gary Busey used to be a rank in my World of Warcraft guild.
Really? You could get up to Gary Busey?
Yes, you could.
What does that mean? Like,
You were more than a scrub. Werewolf was scrub. And then I can't remember what else.
Folgers coffee? What?
No, it was werewolf, then something.
Taster choice.
And then, yes, Taster's Choice
Whoa,
was
how
on
did
there.
you remember that?
wow.
Fuck, yeah.
Oh my God, how did you know that? Holy shit, yeah, Taster's Choice. Then right below the officers was Wilford Brimley's.
Diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
He was in The Thing, wasn't he?
And not Splash, but the other movie.
Splash is another great Tom
Mermaids
Hanks
or something.
movie. And Daryl Hannah movie.
Did you say great?
Well, for a movie about,
He's
mermaids.
big into it.
It's a pretty damn good mermaid movie.
He's a big Tom Hanks guy.
It's a pretty good
Oh, yeah.
mermaid movie.
He fits into that group
Big.
because of Tom Hanks' partner and bosom buddy.
Yeah.
Peter.
Peter
Scolari.
Scolari.
Yep. It's like Peter Cetera.
He's a
Peter
Scolarian.
Yeah.
Peter Cetera. He's a Scolarian.
Peter Vision.
I have
He has Peter vision.
many leather-bound books.
He just gets transfixed, man. It's like
I got Peter Vision bad.
it's kind of like a tunnel vision,
Yeah.
but you get what I'm saying.
Like mushroom heads.
Scalaris.
I had Scolaris once, too, as a kid.
Yeah. Used to get those a lot in
Yeah,
public
yeah.
schools. They
Yeah.
went around.
Penicillin or
Minus in them.
Did you take a test for Scolari?
Yeah, I had to. It was spreading.
Those days back in Paul Stanley's pubes.
bird's nest.
Lost a lot of friends. A lot of good,
Paul Stanley's Jeff Hughes.
a lot of good men didn't make it out of those bugs.
Those mangroves hold
Look
horror
at him.
tales.
You watch when you're over there, boy.
Turtle water everywhere.
You get stuck if you fall off the path. Don't fall off the path. Unless you're on a skiff, an airboat.
And grab your leg.
Piranhas. There was piranhas all around my
Rise
feet.
up and grab your leg.
We gotta manage the mangroves on our airboats.
Those boats are cool,
They are cool.
but I think dangerous.
Those hovercraft ones with
yeah,
the big fan
the
on
van
there.
boats, yeah.
Yeah. Are they cool?
Going around the Everglades and that.
I feel like a
Pirate.
true patriot, I think, if I got to ride
Really?
around on those. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. I
Yeah.
definitely could see it.
I'd be like, yeah.
In a muscle shirt.
Yeah. And a rat tail. I'd grow my hair out.
A muscle,
cut it into a rat
muscle
tail.
shirt, a Peter Cetera muscle shirt,
The coif.
tucked in with a big feathered coif.
Keep my jeans high and tight.
And his on his fan is a big dream catcher.
Yeah. And it's weather beaten.
He's got a bandana on his arm
Around his thigh.
Boots.
and around his boot.
Jeans tucked into my boots. Hip waders.
Way overboard on the bandanas. One on the arm,
He's a salamander catcher.
one on his keychain,
Tactical, totally.
one on his boot.
His neck. His forehead.
I got a lot of them.
He's got a Scolarian
Way
on his
overboard. You're at Scolari levels with all these bandanas, man.
But he probably
At the
wore ascots,
Scolari
right?
level.
They wore ascots as the bosom buddies.
Yeah, probably.
Those are more. That's like a Mr. Furley.
neck. They didn't wear ascots.
I think they did.
No, they didn't.
Women wear brooches and ascots and neck.
Oh yeah, they were
accoutrement.
dressing up like women.
Yeah,
What
it's the
about,
best part of the show.
what about a nice frilly cravat?
Yeah.
What is that?
Or he doesn't
Oh.
like crevasses because they cut into him. It's like
cravat.
anal fissures for him.
He's probably right. I don't know really what he's talking about. That sounds probably. I don't like that.
I wasn't selling it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I don't know why you're trying to buy it.
I don't want it. I don't.
That's what he was doing, checking with you first.
No.
Is this real? No? Okay.
It sounds like a French word. I don't like it.
He's the French one. I'm not French.
He's not French.
Yeah, he is.
He got French.
You
in
didn't
him?
listen?
How much?
Oh,
37.1%.
A French?
Wow.
Hey, he tried to remake Pretty Woman. He wanted to recast Pretty Woman with Dolph Lundgren
Peter Cetera.
and Peter Cetera. And he wanted Peter Cetera to be like the street hooer. And Dolph Lundgren is all in a suit and
Richard
Totally straight.
treats him right. Lets him shop. Lets Rutger Hauer do some, or Peter Cetera do some shopping.
He gets to hang out with Peter Scolari and
Some other famous
Peter Criss.
Peter Criss shows up. He shoots the TV, plays drums kind of middlingly, and then leaves.
All of this is happening in Paul Stanley's chest pubes.
Yes.
There you go.
Where there's a war going on. The war of the bogs.
A battle for supremacy of the bogs. And
Chest pubes.
The best part about that is all the orchestrated Kiss music that would be playing for all the triumphant battle scenes.
That would be more triumphant than Peter Cetera in your mind?
until it
riding a
wins.
steed across the forest
majestic steed of the
Majestic
bogs.
steeds.
Through the
with no saddle and no shirt.
Yes, just your Peter Cetera coif blazing through the wind with your big dream catcher cloak.
Riding through the bog like
the
a
bogs of
and you can see the water
of
droplets.
Cetera Moore.
But his steed moves as fast as a glacier. It's a
But he gets
sloth.
his steed gets
A swamp sloth.
his steed gets sucked into the ground like a Trehew's horse.
Like a Treyer's horse, yes.
These hands. The nothing came. His never-ending battle against Peter Cetera's never-ending battle against the nothing.
Yeah, they have Peter Cetera singing that
That's funny.
Lamal's The Never Ending Story song. Mm-hmm. Never Ending Story.
That could be good.
Yeah, Meat wanted to see. He wanted to see
Cetera.
Peter Cetera riding on the back of Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren as the dog dragon.
Yes, the dragon.
Falcor.
Yes, Falcor.
Dolph Lundgren as Falcor.
I'm in.
Peter Cetera as Atreyu.
Rutger Hauer as the rock guy. Goddamn, we're geniuses.
Yeah. Oh, this is brilliant. This is gonna sell. This will be going straight to HBO Max.
Oh,
Yeah. Got to pay to get us.
Man, listen to that
I
wind.
know.
it's ghosts.
Where's spring? Oh, so I went into work yesterday. I have went in for a couple hours because I got to catch up on shit, and I get into the big building. God
I
damn.
know, dude. I told you.
Get into
something's
that big
gonna-
building, and I'm putting on my headphones, and I'm just getting to work, and some guy walks up. He's like, "Hey, you got the office?" I'm like, "Okay, cool. Where are the lights? Show me where the lights are, because I never know that shit." And he's like, "Yeah, well, be careful. You're gonna hear weird shit." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, dude. When you're here by yourself, like I was walking past the lobby, and I heard people talking and shit. He thinks it's like the ghost of the founders of the place and shit like
What?
that. Yeah, but it is. It is. I didn't hear anything, but it's kind of creepy."
With that stuff, you got to believe.
Yeah, I
It'll
don't
never work
really
if you
believe in that.
doubt it.
I mean, unless the building makes noises.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think that's why it's so convincing, is because they believe it. So it's easy to be like, "Oh, it's ghosts."
whatever, man.
Man.
Or if you don't believe it, you're gonna go.
I don't
fucking
believe in
away.
no ghosts.
He got sued by the
Mace
mighty
Parker Jr.
by the mighty Huey Lewis
Bustin'.
Why?
because it's the same song, the same
As what?
as
I want a
something-
new drug?
and the Ghostbusters song are the same.
No,
they,
they're not.
Yes, they did. They wanted Huey Lewis in the news to do the theme for the
I did hear that.
Ghostbusters,
You
and
love
they
some.
said no.
You love Huey Lewis.
Oh,
Huey
yeah.
Newton in the news.
Huey P. Newton. Is there any Huey P. Newton news?
if Huey Lewis, Dolph Lundgren, Peter Cetera, and Peter Scolari, and Rutger Hauer were on an island,
Huey P. Newton.
and Huey P. Newton, who would you gang up with? Who would you team up with
To do what?
to survive?
To square dance.
Square.
to tractor square dance.
Oh,
Do-si-do.
Do-si do.
I
Who
bet
would
you
you do-si do with?
Peter Scolari probably has theater background. He'd know how to do it.
Everybody do-si do.
I'm not going to try that with Dolph Lundgren.
Meter Scolari.
Scolari do-si do's.
Grab your partner around to go.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, Rick, you sent us a cool picture of a guy at your social club with no shirt on at the bar.
Yeah.
You want to tell us anything about that? Are you just a peeping Tom?
No.
How naked was he?
He had his shirt off.
Just them.
I saw him. The picture he sent. The guy, he was fist bumping somebody else.
Lee Baum caught him in the perfect fist bump moment.
You saw the titty jiggle? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
'Cause he had some B's, man. Those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But he was really wide, so he'd be like a 44B.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gauged them off of the picture,
The
huh?
sad thing is, he's actually he's like 6'4".
Oh,
But he was shrunken down
shit.
like a shrimp.
Oh,
Like he just had
Curled
the
over.
complete crumple syndrome. Yeah.
Oh, from bar. That's called bar shrink.
Yes.
When
I've heard that. Yeah.
people sit at a bar for so
Yeah,
long,
they
they just melt into the seat.
Yeah.
They're like the top of a
Left was
candle.
beard.
Yeah, like Norm.
Norm. He's a good actor.
Norm who?
Norm from Cheers.
Oh yeah. What else was he in? He played opposite Peter Scolari in the Dirty Dancing remake.
Couple off Broadway productions of
Cats.
Cats and the great
Hair.
Yes, they did it.
Opposite Ricky Lake in hair.
Grease.
Hairspray.
Hairspray.
Yeah.
They did a thing of Grease. Yes, Jet Travolta.
Oh, Jets and the Sharks.
No, the
West
Sun.
Side Story.
The
The
Sun.
Runaways?
No, that's a band.
Joan Jett.
Cherry Bomb.
Cherry
that chick was
Bomb.
ugly.
Joan Jett?
No,
Cherry Bomb.
the lead singer of that group.
But what was the
Wasn't
movie with
Lita
the
Ford in
sharks-
that?
The sharks in the
Jets, that's West Side Story.
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
When you're a jet, you're a jet.
We can play pool and wear sharkskin suits and
Listen to Lionel Richie.
Frankie Valli.
Oh, no. Who'd you
Bobby
say was
Benton.
better than the Beatles? Donovan.
He said
Donovan
it.
is better than
No,
Beatles.
he's not.
Yeah, it is.
In every way, he's not. Even these guys who don't even like the Beatles know that that's some bullish.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, from what I've heard, I've never even heard of Donovan, except for McNabb.
Well, the Simpsons couldn't get any of the rights to the Beatles songs, so they just started to immediately substitute Donovan songs for Beatles songs, and there is some slight genius to it and the logic to think that one is better than the other. You know, they're like, we can't afford the Beatles, so we're going to throw you Donovan. So like almost every Donovan song is at some point in an episode of The Simpsons.
Really?
Yeah,
I never watched The Simpsons either.
it's kind of ingrained.
How come they didn't use the monkeys? That would be the.
Monkeys probably have a Loctite contract.
Yeah.
Ironclad.
Yeah, ironclad. You don't use a monkey
You don't
song.
fuck around with Mickey Dolenz
Fuck no.
and Peter.
Scolari.
That's a Peter guy too.
That's a great
The
life.
guy in the monkeys. His name's
Peter
Yes.
Moon? Peter
Something-
Gibbs?
something like that.
You're still in Peter
Peter
Vision?
Brady.
I'm in Peter. Vision.
He
still in Peter
gets it.
Vision.
Yes,
Yes.
he can't stop.
You're still
It's like,
seeing Peter.
it's like
Cannot
staring
stop.
down a long hallway.
It's like night vision, and the only thing that's green is Peter.
They stick out the brightest.
Peter flares.
Peter Yost, something like that.
Peter North.
Peter North, the great
Ejaculator.
Peter the
rope
Great?
thrower.
Who's Great Peters? Are there any?
Greg.
Peter the
Peters?
Great.
Peter.
Peter, who was that?
Knew he
Peter,
great
who
by
was
the name.
Who was that? Peter? Was there any? I don't know. I don't know any Peter.
Peter.
Pete Best. Talking of the Beatles, the first drummer.
Peter Pan.
The leggings.
Oh, okay.
Pete Townsend.
Pete Townsend.
Found on the web, famous Peters. Peter Jackson.
Ooh.
Peter O'Toole. Peter Sellers. Peter Fonda.
Yep.
Peter
These all sound like
Capaldi.
fake names though.
Peter Gabriel.
If you put Peter in front of anything, it sounds like a fake name.
Peter Falk.
Not the meat. It doesn't. It
No.
sounds like dinner.
Peter Dinklage.
See, those are fake. Give me that Peter Dinklage. Fuck, come on.
They do all sound fake.
Oh,
They all sound fake.
The most famous Peter is Peter Paul Rubens, also
Oh.
known as
Pee-wee?
Pee-wee Herman.
Pee-wee Herman.
There you go.
He got a start in
Booyakasha.
Cheech and Chong movie.
You didn't know that, did you? Now you do.
I didn't know his first name
One
was
from the hamburger train.
Oh no.
Do you remember that scene?
No, from
What did you
what
just
is
do?
Mr. Lizard.
What do you say?
You're the one from the hamburger train.
when when they were at the retarded
yeah.
at the insane asylum.
Yeah, you're the one from the hamburger train.
It's so he's good at it, but it's so not good. I think they were just all zonked out on LSD because Timothy Leary was in there,
Mr. Lizard.
and the lady with the long mouth, Sandra.
I know her. Yeah.
She was in those Cheech and
What
Chong
is the
movies.
lady with the long mouth?
Sandra Bullock.
No.
Bernhard.
Sandra Bernhard.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock.
James Peter Bullock. Jim J. Bullock.
Monroe.
Oh, Monroe's in that group
Hollywood
too.
Squares. That's his Hollywood Squares. It's Jim J. Bullock
center
and all
square.
the Peters, and he's surrounded by all of them.
He's got a Jim J. Bullock tank top.
He's got Dolph Lundgren in the upper right, Peter Brady in the middle right,
We're gonna win.
Peter Scolari the bottom left. Peter Cetera.
Oh man,
North, right above you. He's right above you.
I don't want to be above that.
That's a squad, though.
A lot of different.
that's your squad.
Your Hollywood Squares squad.
Channel the spirit of Jim J. Bullock.
Ralphie.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Oh, Jim J. Bullock.
Jim J. Bullock.
Let me go ahead and Google. Let me go ahead and Google Jim J. Bullock.
The brunette on that show was beautiful.
I can't remember.
She was in
that
the
shit.
Warriors too. The chick in the pink top in the Warriors. She was with the orphans, and then she hung with the cool dudes for the rest of the movie. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
That is his best.
Yeah.
He has the Jim.
Yes.
THC is showing us some Jim J. Bullock
Oh, yeah.
photos.
Oh yeah, we'll have to upload. Some
very
of those.
Wham like.
Oh yeah. He's Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
Yeah.
He is definitely Andrew Ridgely Wham.
Yes.
Not
The
George
lesser
Michael.
Wham, the
Yeah, the
lesser.
lesser Wham.
The whoosh.
Fuck him.
There's his Nate Diaz. That's Nate Diaz. Meat just fell into Nate Diaz. Fuck him.
Diaz.
Meat Diaz just formed.
Diego Sanchez's older brother is in the room.
Diego Meatmare Sanchez. Dream catcher. He catches the nightmare.
Oh shit.
Oh, fuck, man.
J. Meat.
Harvest Nightmare.
J.
J.
Meat Bullock.
J. Meat Scolari.
Goddamn.
J. Bullock Scolari. Meat Bullock Scolari.
Those sound like tough guy names too, though.
They do.
So I'm good with it.
They are TUFF.
RUFF. Meat Bullock Cetera. Meat Cetera Bullock. God damn, you're fucking cool.
Yeah, man, you're into some cool shit.
Your hobbies are top notch.
Your fucking idols are the best, man. You gotta roll with a solid
I'm
squad.
feeling way better. lately.
Your Hollywood Squares would beat the shit out of our
I think-
Hollywood
Yep.
Squares.
His Family Feud would
Yeah.
Meat
Well, you
Bullock.
know Steve Harvey.
Meat Bullock knows all those obscure questions.
What is Pete Moss? Fuck you guys.
Peter Moss Mayweather. All right, test. Everybody do a test real quick.
Test.
Okay.
Test.
All right, we're back. We're back. All right, so Peter Hagler died? That's what we were talking about?
Marvelous Marvin.
Oh, Marvin Hagler.
Petulant
Not Peter
Peter Hagler.
LePew?
Yeah, he's still fighting, but he's having a hard time.
He's French.
He's handsy. and insistent.
A Peter Hagler?
Peter Hagler, yeah.
Peter Von Dam.
He haggles over Peter.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that's the worst job you could ever get in life.
Peter Segal.
Peter Hagler.
I'm a dick haggler. We know somebody. We know somebody.
I just
We know it. I know a guy.
We know a guy in the game in the
I
business.
just negotiate these cocks.
He's a Peter Haggler.
Takes tactics.
Star of Dallas.
He buys them on the low and sells them on the high.
Buys him on the soft, sells him on the hard.
It's the way to do it. It's a bear
That's
market.
the market. It's a bull market.
Bullish.
Bull market,
It's
yeah.
bullish. Bullocks.
It's a Jim J. Bullock market. It's a Jim J. Bullock market out there. It's things are crazy. It's real bullockish.
It's going to turn into Moss. Maybe Peterish.
How we doing on the erosion front today?
As long as he's not floating.
Have we lost any ground?
Probably. Well, not lost in the long run. It's just all matriculating amongst.
Does it change places?
It changed, yeah.
We get the Moss. I can't remember if we missed it or if we recorded it or not, but we get the Moss report on April 2nd.
Yes.
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 I just want to make sure we get that in there. Yeah. So
23 and meat.
23 and meat. Info coming back.
It might take a few episodes to disseminate.
Yes. Yeah. We have to go through the category. We were answering some of the questions earlier, and it wasn't looking too good. It was going down a dark road.
Yeah, I was getting sad. I mean, predictably sad. But like, wow.
He turned straight into Peter Eeyore.
Yeah, fucking shocking.
Peor.
23
Meteor.
Give us some good news.
Yep. So we had to bail on that, and so then we started talking about his Jim J. Bullock jumpsuit that he had. It was overalls with. He had a denim jacket with Jim J. Bullock spray painted on the back.
It was a onesie.
It was bedazzled.
Yeah.
And it was bedazzled. And he also had Peter Cetera airbrush T-shirts.
Those are good and hard to come by now.
Peter Scolari codpiece.
And cut off short, denim short.
All in one.
With the pockets hanging out. They're so short. All the pockets show.
Cut off denim overalls.
My flaps.
With Peter Cetera airbrushed on the front.
These are my Peter Cetera bibs.
Peterbilt.
Peter bibs.
All right. Yeah. And we also talked about amphibious vehicles. Big fans on the back. Right around through the swamps. Looking at gators and bogs and whatnots. And frogs. And I think that's all we missed.
I think there was a man that took us down to the bayou. That we talked about. We met him.
Yeah, who was that? I forget his name.
Who brought us to the bayou
It was.
in previous conversation?
AKA
There was somebody that took us to the bayou.
Oh,
Paul Stanley's chest pubes.
we were in the lower ninth
Nether regions
Yeah.
of the chest
Delta
pubes. Yeah.
flood zone.
During Mardi
Treasure
Gras.
Trail.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's below
We
that.
took the treasure trail.
South of the
Oh,
treasure
yeah.
trail.
Took Paul Stanley's treasure trail.
Like where
It
the.
wound up in the bottom bayous of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Mangroves.
We're fighting erosion. The good fight.
Pete
Keep
Moss
this earth
death.
together.
Let us keep this earth together.
He's a Southern Baptist preacher. Preaching pubes. These pubes
Fighting erosion.
are what holds us together as a country. Uh-oh, somebody's beeping.
Yeah, that's beer.
It's what?
Beer.
Maynard.
Beer's here.
Oh. Beard.
The famous Southern General, Peter Cetera.
I am Peter. I said Peter Cetera.
He's on the back of mud flaps saying, back up.
He did it all for the.
Yosemite Cetera.
A one-star gentleman.
He's a
in this army.
one-star gentleman.
He did it all for the glory of love.
You get off Peter Cetera's plantation just this moment.
How dare you, sir? How dare you sully this place?
Peter Cetera is the biggest tobacco grower this county's ever known.
And Peter Cetera will be here long after you're gone, mister.
Peter Cetera didn't burn those train tracks. You watched them on YouTube for entertainment.
A safe distance.
Fuck his entertainment.
I watched one car every 4.5 hours get stuck at that intersection.
If there's one thing I know, it's watching train tracks.
I like how he's turning into Dusty Rhodes.
I tell you, brother, there's only one thing more important than an orb above a street lamp that I see calling to me every night, my brother. It's Taiwanese hooker cams and train tracks. I watch a man sit at that intersection for a long time
And prospect that ladyboy.
in a Chrysler Cordoba.
Those fucking Taiwanese hooker alleys are bare and
There's nothing going on,
Nothing.
not even with masks, huh?
no,
No?
they're like shut off.
Wow, yeah. You know what? I think the Earth could do good for some of that. It's like, like a good storm, it gives everything a break.
Cleanse.
They say like the water was coming back, sea
a
life was
cleansing.
returning in Italy. And so, yeah, the beer's here.
Yeah, I saw that too, where like the canals were all clearing out. Dumb people living on.
Even bog water. Well,
Yeah.
no, bog water
No,
never
no.
gets see-through. Or
It's supposed to be
clean.
gross. and
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a preservative.
Yeah, it's a soup, if you will. An,
Hot mess.
an erosion soup.
You can find really,
Earthy erosion.
really detailed and preserved dead people
Full
from long
of-
ago in bogs.
We know.
And ancient swords from far long gone cultures.
They tear down the mangroves.
Viking
Everything
brass.
has been protecting the swamps.
Petrified Viking boats
They tear them
are all in the crotch of
put up
Paul
that
Stanley's chest and bog area where the Metasaurus was first crawled out of the swamps.
to evolve
Saw
into
a shadow.
that
The
which
first-
he is today.
The first Metasaurus Hex Cetera genius crawled out of the water.
We found his bullocks preserved in the swamp.
The oldest fossil known to the Swampicus maximus dirtimus.
Soteris.
And there was no sign of anything dragging from behind.
An ancient Rutger Hauer fossil led us to believe that they wore tank tops with Jim J. Bullock.
We saw a mixture.
Screen prints of Jim J. Bullock's.
Those sparkly iron-ons, remember those?
All in the shape of a
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren
Buzz
lifting Peter Cetera up like the ending of Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts Peter Cetera in a corner.
In a swamp. Nobody catches Metasaurus in a dream catcher.
Give him that Dolph Lundgren.
The whole swamp is a dream catcher.
You want to see my Dolph Lundgren?
Yep. There is no grin. There is no grinning in Dolph Lundgrenville.
It's
There
a
is no Dolph
Lundgren.
Lundgren.
I'm from Dolph Lundgrenville, Alabama.
I just gave him a
Southern Dolph Lundgrenville.
Ain't nobody happy here.
South Peter Cetera County.
Nobody happy.
Dolph Lundgrenville, Alabama.
I live on Rutgers
Jim J.
Street.
Bullock's County. Born and bred. he's Moss Island.
Jazz hand
From
Moss.
deep down in Jim J. Bullock's County, Florida, where only a few things survive.
There's one road in Jim J. Bullock County you don't go down. You don't go down that country road.
Is it the dirt road?
It doesn't even have
It is a dirt road.
It's
It
more
doesn't even
like
have a sign.
mud butt.
It's a traveled more than it was designed for a dirt road. It's a very busy,
see the traffic.
busy for this area, right? Dirt
Yeah,
road.
swamp. There
Very-
shouldn't be that much
You will
things
see
going
the
on.
very
in
traffic.
It's like those recycling roads you see.
There's
out
no
here.
need to plow in the wintertime.
No.
It gets plowed all the time.
Rain or shine.
Tons of traffic, big trucks coming through.
Doolies.
Dualies.
We call them dong trucks.
We call them salt trucks, but they're not carrying regular salt.
They're just plowing.
Sea salt.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's the Ides of March. Spring is springing, and everybody's got a spring in their step. We sprung our clocks forward today, and
Yeah, it's been good lately.
yeah, everything's good, right? Everybody's feeling good, getting ready for the spring, the new beginning.
Warm, kind of warm out.
Episode 101, it's a new beginning. It's starting all over. Starts today.
The odometer is
Rolling over.
Right. Every day could be a Peter Cetera day. When Meat thinks of Peter Cetera, he thinks of that famous Bo Derek scene.
Oh, yes.
He thinks of Peter Cetera with braids.
Feathered dookie braids.
I want to make him just watch Peter Cetera
Ball beard
videos
braids.
Salt spray.
and somehow put like a line into the back of your head and just siphon off all the good chemicals you're giving from watching Peter Cetera.
Oh, yeah. I have I excrete in my
Yeah.
brain. I
Yes.
excrete different
Yes.
things.
And you feed the
Serotonin.
world.
It's a dopamine.
You
dump.
can feed
Yeah,
the world
dopamine.
with your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a onesie on.
Yes. A
And a
singlet.
bass. And he's running through the sea.
He's
mist.
wearing a singlet. Wrestler's
Yes.
singlet.
Yeah. But it's like champagne colored.
And he's riding on
Champagne
a
singlet.
and he's riding on a Dolph Lundgren Truth Dragon.
Yes.
Or what was that called?
Yeah, Luck Dragon.
Luck Dragon.
Falcor. Yeah, we established that already.
And Rocky
Your
and
dream.
Rocky and Apollo are racing on the same beach. And
Oh,
here I
yeah.
come up from the opposite way.
No, that's not even.
But it's not Rocky and Apollo.
No.
It's
It's
Jim J. Bullock and Peter Scolari.
Yeah.
and Rutger Hauer
Yeah.
They're riding a Rutger Hauer.
and Gary Busey.
Yeah. That one's rather erratic. You can tell
He's
by the
out
sand.
directing traffic with those teeth.
Led by Gary Busey and David Lee Roth. But not David Lee Roth in his prime.
No, now David Lee
David
Roth.
Lee Roth now. With all those mouth twitches and giant false teeth.
Yeah, and he wears like
Onesie.
no, he wears like
A lot of scarves.
Pirate shirt.
no. It's like he's
Bandana around his arm.
he's a
and
smart,
waist.
No,
Man.
And
half
leg. And boot.
Tactical gear.
he's kind of looks like a dandy.
He's
He is a dandy.
He does look like a dandy.
He's a
Who,
total
now?
dandy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is.
He's got
He's
like
a
a
dandy.
suit vest
Yes.
on.
Well,
and-
you're a dandy, aren't you?
He has a
you're
scarf.
the
on my
dandy.
best
Yeah.
days. Yes.
That's
At heart-
right.
at heart,
He's
you're
the
a dandy.
dandy. He's the fop.
Right. Yeah.
Listen, even down around a watering hole, a muddy watering hole with
Dandies
alligators.
and fops.
And
Couple caribou fucking off and
They're backwoods swamp people, dandies and fops.
Dandies and fops.
Like the dandy dresses up instead of silks and finery, moss.
like
and
if we all
twigs
if we all had to dress up for an
and
event,
feathers.
if we all had to dress up for an event, how would he be dressed?
oh,
How would Mead be dressed?
what's the event?
It's something fancy, like fancy.
Yeah, like a black tie.
Except for no tuxes. Well,
event. Like our first awards show.
yes,
Our
an
first
award
award show.
What is he wearing?
Yeah,
I say
I think he's gonna have some kind of
denim.
hard black exoskeleton
Like some tactical gear, you mean?
with some stuff underneath.
Oh, what do you mean?
On the
Like
outside, like a hard black,
Like a
hard black
swamp bug.
shells. Yeah, like
A turtle.
like a
Like a
Judge
motherfucking
Dredd.
turtle.
like a Judge
Oh.
Dredd kind of look.
okay, like armor,
underneath,
body armor.
Armor.
that's a good idea.
Really?
Like
For an
crustacean
award?
And then
armor.
from there in,
For an award show, that's what he's wearing.
yeah,
That's
What are you thinking?
loose armor.
We're not playing paintball.
No, I think if anything, he'd wear some lazy ass denim.
yeah.
He'd dress like this.
A pleather vest.
maybe a fur moss and twig vest,
Like the inside, I open it up instead of
like a bird's nest. You
yeah.
can pull out.
It's warm.
Why don't we just fucking roll them in breadcrumbs?
That's a good
Like-
way too. He might get hungry though.
No, how would you see him?
I don't know. I was
Feathers,
starting to
lots of
think.
feathers.
I was starting to think like it'd be cool to
Feathers.
see him in like an archaeologist outfit,
Oh,
That hat.
like with that hat
And high socks and
like
high socks and shit. Like I think that'd be
shorts.
kind of cool.
That would be pretty
Yeah.
Another way would be
cool. Like young Indiana Jones.
Oh.
No, like the papa, like the dad.
the dad and
Yeah,
what?
whatever in Indiana Jones movies. Like how he remembered his dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
James
like-
Earl Jones.
No,
Sean
that was
Connery.
Sean Connery. Fucking Trebek.
Same
Fucking Trebek.
Turd
Yes.
Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson.
Or I picture him in like a Hawaii 5-0, like how
Yes, like Magnum PI.
Repose.
Magnum PI, like a Hawaiian shirt tucked
Yep.
into some jeans.
Yeah. Mustache.
Not driving because he won't, and not going in the water.
But getting off the bus
Right.
Yeah. Looking both ways.
with a walking stick,
Yeah.
Making sure he's got all his change.
with a change purse,
Right.
little vinyl change purse.
With the clasp.
Yeah.
With my.
Yeah.
It would be hooked onto one of your many tactical
Yeah.
buttons.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
All right. What about his race car outfit then? What's that look like? We already know he's sponsored by Winston.
Yeah. And
Bugle Boy.
ooh.
And what was it that had those caveman commercials? Geico?
Geico.
I'm thinking Butterfinger.
And Hostess, yeah, something
Yeah, like
tasty cake.
Trojan.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. By
A dong manufacturer.
Doc Johnson.
Hamburger Helper.
He's got the glove.
It's a Hamburger Helper sponsor.
I wear the glove when I drive.
In Vienna
Fuck
sausage.
yes! Oh, you hit it.
Dude,
You
that
hit
should
it.
be your NASCAR jacket, Hamburger Helper.
Yes.
That would be
Awesome.
fucking
That would be great.
dope.
With the
That's
Yeah, you should get a Hamburger Helper tattoo.
but instead of a white glove, it's a red hand because he's got red-handed.
Get a Hamburger Helper tattoo.
On my belly. A tramp stamp
With
a
the
hamburger.
pubes all over.
Oh, that's low.
It's a hairy palm.
Oh.
That's all it is.
Kielbasi. Kielbasi.
Fingers.
Potatoes. Orida.
Oscar Mayer.
Yeah.
For sure. Bologna.
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 Yeah, bologna tits.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Anyways.
Pastrami.
I don't like that.
hamburger.
How about the? Oh, okay. So on the list we did cubes come from wombats,
Yeah, no, we didn't. We didn't actually cover that on this one. But
and then what else did we cover? Peter Cetera.
We covered him a lot.
yeah.
Jim J. Bullock, Rutger Hauer,
Yes.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yep.
North of me, some would say.
Peter. There
Chris.
was a Peter North. There was a. I think we hit all the hits.
Yeah,
All of Meat's playlist. Oh, excuse me.
yeah, Peter Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
All the Peters.
The good ones.
Peter
No.
Vision.
The good ones.
Mm-hmm.
The good ones.
Peter O'Toole got a cool name.
Yeah. Tool.
Peter O'Toole.
And he's Irish, probably.
Yeah.
O'Toole? O'Toole.
Scottish, Irish, who knows
He's-
what they O's. It could be Western British
Yeah. Could be Western British.
of the
Welsh.
of the lowlands,
Yeah.
Could be.
Lowland.
Sad-eyed lady of the lowlands.
the gypsies of the lowlands, the
Moorish.
You know what Moors are?
men of the peat.
They're like
Moss.
Moors like Northern Africans?
Yes.
Moors? Yeah.
Moroccans.
Like Morgan Freeman in that one movie. Where, Robin Hood, is that where he was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Had tattoos on his eyes. Like Seal.
Yes,
Just like Seal.
or like in
Slot.
True Romance, where
Never saw that
Dennis
either.
Hopkins tells
Dennis Hopkins.
I mean, Drexel.
Dennis fucking Hopkins.
he tells
Drexel.
Thespian.
Like,
he tells
Dennis Hopkins is great.
with Dennis Hopkins.
he tells that eggplant story.
I don't know it. What is it?
You don't know it?
Yeah, where he tells what's his name? What's that dude from
Christian Slater.
More Cowbell?
Oh,
That's,
Chris Walken.
Christopher Watkins, who's Christopher Peter
Associate of
Watkins.
Mr. Blue.
He's also on that list.
How's it go, Rickety?
He tells him he's an eggplant. that Sicilians were conquered by the Moors.
He's like, you mind if I get one of those Chesterfields?
Mm-hmm.
He lights up because he knows this is his last moment. And he knows he's going down. But
Who's that, Dennis Hopkins?
Yeah,
Dennis Hopkins knows. He knows
going
Peter
down.
Cetera's about to throw down.
But he's throwing down swinging.
It's Rucker Hauer.
So he lights up the Chesterfield. He hasn't smoked in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just
It
enjoying
tastes
his
good.
Chesterfield. Yeah. He leans back. He's like, I'm a fan of history.
And Hamburger Helper.
And I don't know. You guys are Italian, right? And Christopher Walken's like, yeah, from Italy, from Sicily. He's like, you know, I'll tell you a fun fact about Sicily.
A lot of racism towards
A
those
lot about Italians.
Islanders.
Italians was spawned by N-word.
Oh.
Italians were spawned by N-word.
Mm-hmm.
I like theatrical, Ricky.
Yeah, he just lays back and he has
Chesterfield.
and
Chester
Chris-
Copperpot.
Christopher Walken is
Rickety
like,
Chesterfield.
He's like wiping his head. He's like,
Rickety
I can't believe
Copperpot.
this.
Rickety Neckerfield.
He's like, I like this guy.
Neckety
You told me a story.
Looks
I
like he
never heard
swallowed
about
an
that.
eggplant.
Neck plants.
You know my history. I've never heard about
Like
that.
he's got an eggplant stuck in his throat.
We've got thesaurus going on. Let's hear it.
And you're telling
that's
me my ancestors were part.
Like his Dennis.
Part eggplant.
Yeah, and he blows out another Chesterfield smoke, and he's like, "That's exactly what I'm telling you. Your ancestors were spawned."
You never saw it? Seriously?
I never saw it.
Dude, it's one of the best Quentin Tarantino scenes.
Yeah.
It's probably
It
the
is the
scene of
best.
that movie.
It's
True Romance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw
Yeah.
it.
So he just
Oh.
he pulls out a gun, licks his lips, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
That's
It's an
what you
awesome
see.
scene. It's such a good scene.
Yeah, and at the end he wipes his face. He said, I haven't shot anybody for 20 years. Because what he said got to him.
The truth.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Truth will set you
That's
free.
why he goes into it like Northern Italians, blonde hair, blue eyes. As you go farther down south, darker
Yeah.
skin, darker eyes.
They're looked down
more,
upon.
That's the more influence. That's
Tribal. So tribal. Those Romans, huh?
that's something
Yeah,
to point out.
definitely.
Yeah.
Good writing by Tarantino
Totally.
to point that out. Like it's not something you hear described that way.
Dreamcatchers.
That was a shitty movie.
Not the remake. The remake is going to be awesome.
Of what?
Dreamcatchers starring you.
Yeah.
This what kind of movie is this?
You'll
And
see.
Thought we spelled it out.
Yeah. Look to the archives.
Peter Scolari.
Peter Scolari is your angel, your guardian angel.
I think we can get him for $50 a week.
You might be able to.
We're going to get him to perform at your birthday party.
Great.
It's going to be
Oh,
you
yes.
and him
We're gonna
as Buddha
yes.
buddies.
We gotta message his fan club before he dies because I'm
Buddha-
sure.
The Buddha Buddies.
Boozum buddies.
I thought you said
Bosom
Buddha
Buddies.
Buddies.
You said Buddha buddies.
Buddha buddies. Yeah, you guys both sit with no shirts on. and-
Yeah.
Like the dude.
Oh, I
at
thought
the-
it was like
meditate.
smoking dope.
Oh.
Buddha.
Yes.
Tell him
The
that's
endo.
show.
Yes.
Buddha buddies. You and Peter Scolari.
Buddha buddies.
With our getting high with our
Yeah.
tops off.
Yes. That's him. That's the whole show.
Yep.
Pretty.
In a sweat lodge.
yeah. Yeah.
Various places.
In a sauna.
Various places.
Yes.
Lawn
You
chairs in the
smoke
sun.
dope with your tops off anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. At the club.
Anywhere.
Yeah. Just.
Bus stops.
Oh, bus stops would be cool.
The DMV. Sheets.
Sheets can get crowded, man. There's a lot of.
Oh, Sheets is such a good people watching place.
Post office.
Just
From
sit in the
afar.
lot, just sit in the parking lot and just watch people come and go, and it's good shit. You get to see some awesome characters.
Sheets.
Yes. Oh man, I was sitting at the one in Somerset, and you couldn't tell if these dudes were 13 or 63. You know,
I get what you mean.
like those street year, and but it's not even streets. It's not like it's a city. It's just that
No, it's the fumes
Were
off
they
of the
trailer
field.
life.
Were they on the
The
meth?
trailer
Hard
life.
time.
Were they on the meth strom?
Yes.
The
yes.
They're
meth
stuck in the meth
The
strum.
meth strom.
Yep.
Yeah. The mess room is when
Got sucked into that black hole of meth. Or at least they look that way. You know what? You can't tell. Could be
Hard times.
could just be an auto mechanic on its lunch break, or it could have climbed out from behind that dumpster.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't know. But either way, he's walking a pit bull on a clothesline. So I'm thinking
He's a tough guy.
he just came out of that dumpster
Yeah.
or from behind it.
In the bog.
Yeah, he sleeps down by the train tracks. He
Got
has
that
to.
bog life tattoo on his belly.
Will you design a
Lower, upper
logo for
nether
Bog
region.
Life?
Bog life.
Will you design a Bog Life logo?
Around his ass.
We
That
should
might be
get,
your homework.
get some T-shirts made.
Yeah,
Bog,
Bog
Life.
Life.
It could be a good magazine.
Or stickers for the back of people's cars.
Yes.
Or Moss Life.
Yeah.
Bog
No,
Life.
because there's already that
Moss
mossy
Life.
oak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do
Life.
bog.
Let's
life.
go
Bog
deeper
life.
with the moss and the
Yep.
twigs.
Bog life.
Bog seems moister,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
We're through the mist into the moist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funky.
Yeah. It's where shit
All right.
starts to grow.
Anybody got anything? Let's hear a story. Anybody got any Dirty Gary stories? Do you want to spill out? Did we talk about the shirtless guy? We did at the
Did we?
at your club.
That's your
Or did we miss
members
it?
only club.
I don't think we got that on this take though.
I think we did. He had 46 Bs.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was fist bumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if he had pants on under the table.
No.
They said he did, but I don't believe it.
At the club, man. The club life is crazy during the pandemic.
Shit gets weird at the members only club.
I didn't see any 6 foot in between that anything that was going on there,
Oh, there was definitely no separation.
and no masks.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
Oh, ghosts.
wind. It sounds like ghosts, like spooky Scooby-Doo shit.
Hey, my neighbor had a day party. It was weird. He had another one
Your
yesterday, but
neighbor
it wasn't
had
as
a day party?
it wasn't as raucous. Yeah, like at 2:00 it started
He had,
until
like,
8, and it ended at 8. But it was
He had tea and crumpets? Or?
no. He had.
Strumpets.
There was a lot of I think drinking going on, because the fellow was bellowing. Pretty.
The fellow bellowed. Jim J. Bullock.
Bellow.
But
Your neighbor has parties though, right? I mean, it's
Yeah,
usually.
yeah. But a day party.
Is that your bog's name, the bellowing fellow?
That's a good name.
Were you just looking out through the
that is-
keyhole?
No,
too?
you could hear it. No. You could hear it.
Out the window.
Well, through the door and through his door.
How come you don't ever go over to the party?
I don't want to go over there. It's weird. It's weird. There's too much weird music going
Why
on.
people are like happy.
Like what?
There's happy-
What weird music?
They seem like they're happy. I don't want to
I don't want to be part of that.
I don't want to bring that down.
People are like having a good time. You're like, what the fuck is their problem?
I don't like it. I don't. I really don't.
Stop it.
What is the sound they're making?
It's laughter.
No, he was bellowing. He was like, "Ooh," and too much. I wanted to go over there and say something, but I didn't.
You just watch them through the keyhole.
No. You can't see through the doors.
Did you open the door and slam it passive aggressively?
Oh no.
Yeah,
no.
you should have.
No, I don't. Ultimately,
You should have turned up your fucking Peter Cetera like my
Well,
neighbor
Chicago.
I could with the horns
Saturday.
in the park.
I think it was the 4th of July.
See, he knows the words better than me.
Another day. In the park.
What's up, buddy?
Okay, anybody got anything else?
No.
You guys are killing me
Hi.
with your erosion. You're eroding my man roots.
Floating erosion.
Speaking of man
Mangroves
roots.
run deep.
It's getting hairy here in Paul Stanley's chest pubes.
It is.
Yep. Just imagine that.
Got some raucous weather.
4 animals in the chest pubes.
Okay, so look out for the Paul Stanley's chest pubes cartoon coming out.
Yeah.
And you'll also be able to order our Jim J. Bullock tank tops
And onesies.
Fanny
And-
pack.
and fanny packs real soon. And turtlenecks. Screen printed turtlenecks.
Dickies.
For the shy gentlemen.
And our coiffed wigs. I bet we could make a killing if we sold wigs.
Just the dandies and fops.
Wigs.
Yeah.
Mustache, or how about mustache wigs?
Yes.
Fake
That's it.
mustaches.
That's it. Already trademarked.
Lip
so.
wigs.
Lip wigs. That's it.
For those of us who can't,
Wigs.
for those men out there who can't grow a big old,
Stash. Magnum PI. Selleck.
yeah, if you can't,
Who else? John Oates.
yeah, if you can't grow an oats, get a lip wig from us guys.
That's Guy's lip wig.
Sponsored by Lipwig.
It goes for the ladies too. If you want to be a dwarf woman.
And the national park. Stop erosion. Do what you can. Plant a mangrove.
We can harvest some of that.
Establish your roots.
23 and meat. Establish your roots. Follow the tree of history through the mangroves.
And it's what is the holy tree? Or
Into the
whatever it is?
Stankosaurus rex fossils we found and the Gary Busey fossils.
Also
Anyway,
brought to you by Wombat Tooth.
wombat cubes.
Wombat cubes.
Yeah, I wonder how do they come out as cubes though? They just have square buttholes, butts, I guess, or
Their buttholes are so like a prehensile tail, like a monkey's.
They can work it.
form the
yes,
turds.
they probably
into
do.
Scientists say they just pop out like charcoal briquettes.
Just
They're
thump,
kinda,
thump.
they're just the way they are. Yeah. Like they're perfectly formed factory,
Yep.
So
Shit.
it's like their colons are
Yeah, they just have like a
rectangular.
Yeah,
Maybe.
there must be some sharp angles in there. Mm-hmm. And they say they dry it out so much that it becomes like really compressed, and then out they go.
Then what?
But they
It
say
is
they can
fuel.
also make 100 a night.
How big
Really?
are they?
Yeah,
Why aren't we using that as like bricks then?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can make build shit with them.
or roads. Yeah, make
Or
roads.
infuse
Yeah.
them with
Cobble wombat shit lane.
Dry them out. Use them for fire
Get
starters.
yourself 100 wombats. Like you could
Make a
could
killing
solve,
on
you
the
could
turds.
solve the like a
build a
crisis.
barracks with 100 wombats, I bet.
Yeah,
100 turds a night?
100 wombats
Get a whole
pooping 100 turds a night.
1,000 turds a night.
Yeah, that's Shakespeare.
You heard it here first.
What do they eat?
Grass and
They eat
Marsupials.
poorly nutritionally
Like
grasses.
raccoons.
Poor nutritional grasses.
So we got to have some prairies nearby.
yeah,
Yeah, with
They don't
terrible
eat
grass.
meat?
they're like deers. No, wombats don't eat meat. Who the fuck knows? We don't know. Nobody's doing any research.
I fucking researched the shit out of the wombats. Literally. Yeah.
You got anything else on your list?
No.
He just said no.
Come on, or do you? Or are you holding out?
No.
That's it. Yeah.
Dankeschöns.
Skids.
All right then. So,
Donka Scolari.
anything else? Anybody got anything else?
I don't think so. It's
All
almost
good.
quarter till 4.
All right, word.
Or
Somebody sign us
almost
out.
3:30.
Somebody set this ship to sail.
See
Give us
ya.
some words of wisdom. What would Peter Cetera do?
Don't eat the yellow snow.
What would be your
Remember that for
sincerity?
next snow shower. Don't eat it.
All right, we hate you all. It's obvious.
Nah, I'm full of your crazy, man. When I seen it going, that really got me. I don't like it. That stuff got to be hot.